Sorry about that. That was loud. That was loud, guys. Couldn't get this startup screen to look the way I wanted it to. Wow. Anyway, hi guys. We're hang on a second. It's going weird tonight. Always gonna be in late. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. Hi guys. How's everybody doing? Oh crap! I forgot. Oh! I look like somebody who does like Mike-sized taxes. Now, Mike-sized neighbor who wants to borrow a Mike-sized lawnmower. I look like an old man. I'm an old man. It's cool. No, see, the problem is, shut up. Shut up, chat. I see what you're saying. Shut up. Here's the thing. When your it's not a hat, it's hair. When your hair is in a heaped fashion, and it falls over, it doesn't look right. So it's gonna end up like this anyway, so I just put it there to begin with. I really need a haircut. Really need a haircut. When your hair is so long that you need to change its style, that's when you know you need a haircut. The comb over. Is the bald spot, is it there? When your hair gets old, yeah, it turns gray. Like this. It looks like it burnt out like wood ash. Jesse Lee, hello! How are you doing? Hi, Luna Moonchild. Wizen Hilt, hello! Salami Lightning! Whew, yes. The comb over. Asteroid, my dad has that same hairstyle. Well, it's the standard male hairstyle, I think. I could have tried to slick it all back and like put a bunch of like gel in it to look like a used car salesman. I don't know. Not my style, really. Hi, Cassia. Mr. Certainly Terabyte. Phantasmal Cat WD40 SNE. Hello, guys. I got a haircut now, only a fraction as handsome as before. More hair equals more handsome. I'm gonna go with this, at least for tonight. How's everybody doing tonight? Legendary? I'm gonna have a little bit of wine tonight. How about that? It's been like a week or two since Mike's Eye has had any wine, and tonight I'm going to enjoy a bit. Probably just one glass, but you know, we'll have a bit. We've been good this week in terms of diet. We can have some wine. Teleporter, hello. How you guys doing? It is a slow night on Twitch tonight. I think everybody's watching drama unfold. That's cool. No judgment. No judgment. Where is it? Where's my wine? Oh, here it is. Forgot it was there. How's everybody doing tonight? You don't get it? What drama? I don't know. I was just told there was drama happening on Twitch. I don't know much more about it. Live PD on A&E is... What is that? I don't know what that means. I don't have a heat thermometer. It's on the treat yourself list. That's a good thing to have on that list, actually. So I cooked along with your friend Chicken Stream and my Lord Moist for more. Oh, you're moist. Oh. Yeah, the chicken was good. I'm really happy with, like, doing chicken now. Like, chicken is so easy to work on. It's a shame to buy it pre-cut. I mean, you get a whole bird for so cheap. What's up, dude? Alright, here we go. We're getting it. You don't need to see this part. It's just opening a wine bottle like an idiot. I'm out of shape. Let's try this again. Did it! Out of shape and need a haircut. This glass needs to be like... I need to throw some like vinegar in it. Because it's starting to get a little bit cloudy. That's like one glass, right? Ish. A little bit. See what happens when you go too long without drinking. Yeah, I know. You lose... It's called the drinker's muscle. No, it's not. There's no such thing. Drinking is not a muscle memory. Alright. By the way, I don't know if you guys do this. I've noticed that these corks are like specifically made to be... And this is Charles Shaw, of course. I'm drinking the extremely cheap wine that I drink. DMS3! Bring back garlic hair. Oh, yeah. Who said it looks like a garlic? I think that was... The first time I heard that, I think it was Poppy Box who said that. And then she drew me to look like a piece of garlic. Luna Moonchild, thank you for your 2 months. And DMS also for 2 months. Thank you so much, guys. I put the corks in upside down because they're smaller on top and it's easy to get them in. If you try to put it in big side on the bottom, it's too difficult. So I put them in like that. Just got to make sure that none of the cork falls in there. Okay, what are we doing today? When I tell people about the sub, I say it's about science, food, and a cool haircut. Hey, my haircut's still cool. It's just... No, it's not. It's terrible. It's really... It's just a haircut, guys. It is hair with a lack of cut. That's what it is. Okay. We're talking about protein today, guys. And the cost of such. Cost as such. Protein. We sacrifice so much in the pursuit of protein in our foods. We certainly do. Listen to we, there's 8 months. Dude, that's a while. That's a while, man. And Danger Tater. Dude, thank you so much. What is that? What is that thing? It looks like fire. I can't tell what that emote is. I can't... Is it... Oh, it's a chicken coming out of a shell. I didn't know what it was. It looked like maybe like a squirrel flying tail first. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, we were talking about protein. We sacrifice so much in the pursuit of protein in our foods these days because there's so many diets that rely on having really high protein. Why wouldn't you want protein in your diet? It's low calorie and it fills you up, and if you go to the gym, it's good for that too, so you can build big, strong muscles. 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight is what the official recommendation is to have fully nourished muscles, which is several times what it used to be. It used to be like a third of that, maybe 20 grams per day. They said was adequate. It's amazing how much that's changed, and it gets me to thinking. With the type of protein sources that we eat, beef, chicken, what else? Pork. You know, animals, especially beef. Beef's really the big one. When you look at where the protein comes from, you realize that it is expensive. Unbelievably expensive. If you want to have protein in the form of animal meat, there are costs, and it's not just costs to your wallet. It's costs to the environment. It's costs to, the amount of arable land that we can use, because cows use a lot, and they ruin it too. Technology's working on it, but it's kind of a mess right now. Methane, they fart. Cow farts. It's terrible. Sad GMT noises. Hey, Bad Badger, hello. Moved to the West Coast, now I can finally watch your streams at a reasonable time. That's the only reason to do it. Sucks over here otherwise. At least I think so. Can I just rant for a second? We're in January right now. January's supposed to be like the coldest month. You know, we're rounding the corner into February, but it's still supposed to be the dead of winter here. It's 75 degrees. I was debating, like, air conditioning, because it gets hotter in here than it is outside in my apartment, because I'm on the 3rd floor. And it's just... It was so happy when it was cold outside. I need to move. It sucks. Someone trade plays with me. Yeah, I know. I was wearing sandals and shorts today. It's stupid. Switch to rabbit burgers. You could. Fish is also a good option. If you're going down that road, insects are a really good option. Although I don't have any of those today. That would have been a good idea for tonight's stream. No! I'll tell you what I do have, though. Well, as long as I don't drop it. Rubik Hero, thank you for 8 months. I clicked some more buttons. And you do it so good. Thank you so much for that. Insect stream. Yeah, I know. I should have bought some like cockroaches or something to eat. You guys would have loved that. In fact, actually, I do things for your benefit here. I was gonna have my startup screen not be these seeds that look very cool and interesting. They look like they belong on the floor at a spa. I was gonna put on a bunch of raw meat, but then I realized when I got close enough to fill the entire screen with it, it looked like gore. It looked like 2/3 of the way through a horror movie when things just start to get really bad. It's like that. It was not good. -20 Celsius a couple days ago. Jesus, that's bad. That's too cold even for me. That's a little on the nippy side. I just moved from NYC a couple weeks ago. Hard pass on the insects. I think a lot of people feel that way. Although I do have some stuff that's not insects that you would probably pass on as well, and I may end up using those today. It's protein. It's protein, bruh. So you give you sweet gains. Protein, bruh. Anyway, crickets are delicious. I've never had them. I've had these, though. How many of you and I saw this in chat just as we were starting up, and I'm like, what a perfect introduction. How many of you have already gone and watched the new Hot Ones episode with Gordon Ramsay? How many of you? There's a lot of views in that thing. People are really like, that is an exceptionally hot YouTube show right now. Have you guys seen it? What's poppin' yourself, Alpha Cube? Alpha Q up. That's it. Hot Ones. Yeah, it's a show where this guy who nobody knew before he did Hot Ones, I think, got famous because of it. What's his name? I forgot. Anyway, he's sort of bald, but he's a real nice guy. Super nice guy. Have a beer with that guy any day. Anyway, he sits there at a table with somebody famous, and they both eat hot wings, and he's very stoic because he's done it so many times and he's already obliterated his bunghole. Anyway, the other guy sits across the table and he just has a meltdown, or she, just ruins the rest of their afternoon and potentially the next day. And they sit there and they squirm, and he tries to interview them while they're under duress. And it's just a clever idea. It's a good show. There's been a lot of good people on that show, a lot of good interviewees. So it has 10 million views. Yeah, and it's been up for like a day or something. Like not even a day. That's like who gets that? That's incredible. That's so good. Anyway, what happened to the hair? It fell over. Sorry. We'll talk more about the hair later on as people filter in. Anyway, eggs. The reason I ask you that question is, as a part of that episode, right at the end, just as Gordon Ramsay, I don't mean to spoil this for you, but right at the end, just as Gordon is starting to barely recover from the... Can I just say this? Because was he kind of a pussy? I'm just saying. I mean, he's Gordon Ramsay, right? He tells people they're idiot sandwiches, and he swears all day on the BBC. Here's the thing. I feel like he wimped out. At least a little bit. He he squirted all that he had a bag full of helpers. He had a bag full of cheating equipment. Who does that? Come on. Be unprepared and bear through it. Man, he's a wimp. I've just decided he's a wimp. His perfect eggs. Yeah, his perfect eggs. Mike size hot winged up. I don't think I'm a big enough name to get on hot ones. Maybe see in a few years. Maybe if I get my own cooking show. Then Alton Brown was on it. Just saying. He was on it. Thermal Aviation, hello. He has a different personality based on which country the show is from, apparently. Yeah, he's a real sweetheart, I guess, in the UK, right? And over here he has, Kitchen Nightmares where he swears and all the theatrics and stuff. Rhett and Link were complete wussies. They're always... They literally eat garbage food, like, all day on their show. So, like, they know how bad it's going to be. Because I think they've had that the ghost pepper or something like that before. Anyway, we're getting off topic. We'll talk YouTube all day. But hang on. In fact, where's Vicious Giggles? She freaking loves YouTube. Anyway, we're going to talk about this guy. This little guy. This little ovum from, what's it called? The Gallicus domesticus, I believe is what it's called. That's the scientific name for our chickens. This is its egg. This is what it is. It is, let me describe to you what an egg is in case this is a new food to you. You've got this outside shell is what we call that. And this shell is mostly made up of calcium carbonate. Pretty much the same thing that seashells are made up of. Slightly different structure on the inside. It's not quite as dense, so you can break it apart. You can actually eat it. In fact, if you guys ever go to like smoothie bars and they ask you if you would like the calcium smoothie or the calcium smoothie boost, that's all this is. It's ground up eggshells. It's the safest, cheapest form of calcium carbonate. And we already know that it's very good for you. Although, I wouldn't want to eat it. Prevents osteoporosis. I guess so. It's calcium. Dr. Dolphin, dude, thank you for your 6 months. And Nicole97, 6 months. Boy! Nice. Thank you so much for your 6 months as well. Dude, half a year for both of you guys. Very impressive. You guys timed that just right, too. Are you guys in cahoots? Here's to many more. Love it. You guys are so... I don't deserve you guys. Let's keep talking about these eggs. Inside of the shell, there's something that you probably are not thinking about. Something called the... Now I can't remember what it's called. It's called a chalaza. That's it. It's called a chalaza. Some people call it a chalaze or something like that. It's chalaza. That's what it's called. It's this little funny membrane that wraps around the egg white and around the egg yolk on the inside. The sac that contains the egg yolk is actually a little protein sheath called a chalaza. And it actually dissolves as time goes on. that little chalaza gets weaker and weaker. So if you ever have an egg that when you crack it, it's really hard to separate the yolk out without it breaking, it could be because it's old. Old eggs have that happen to them. They're hard to separate because that chalaza is so thin. Anyway, if you're cooking like an omelet for like your mother-in-law and she's got to nitpick everything about it, you know, or for Gordon Ramsay, who knows? You might want to take that little chalaza out because it can be a bit chewy sometimes if it's a very fresh egg, especially if it's from like a farm fresh egg. If you got it that day, it's going to be a little on the chewy side. Jaka, whew, Nof, whew. I got to break your name up into pieces. Concha, very nice. Thank you for your 2 months, dude. Appreciate that. Essence of chicken. Take 1 essence of chicken, crack into a pan, scramble to make French eggs. Actually, that's not how you make French eggs. If you want to make French scrambled eggs, you probably want to use Gordon Ramsay's method. Gordon Ramsay's eggs are French scrambled eggs, and they are way different from the way we do it here in the States. And the first thing I wanted to actually do today is actually show you guys the 2 different ways and how they differ, because they are so wildly different. And I didn't know this, but apparently it is standard practice among chefs. I guess it makes sense with chefs, but it's standard practice to put like a lot of butter in your eggs. 3 eggs get a tablespoon of butter. That's a lot of butter to me. I don't know. I just realized one of my lights on. It shouldn't be. There we go. That's better. That's better. It's more cozy like this. Mike size all dressed up. No more so than usual. I usually wear a tie, you know. Eggs come out of the same tract that poo does, the cloaca. Is it a cloaca? And carries salmonella virus on the shell. I don't know enough to tell you yes or no about that, or to engage in conversation about it even. Anyway, all French food has a lot of butter. Well, but what if you're making American-style eggs? There's still butter in American-style eggs, which kind of blows my mind. Anyway, I want to do this, but there are some things that I have to preface it with. First of all, my intention here is to make American-style diner eggs. If you guys have ever been to a diner and said, oh, the eggs are so good, why don't they taste like this at home? I'm going to show you how to make that actually happen. At least I think I am. This is a science show after all. We might end up doing a science. After I show you the American version, I'm then going to try to do Gordon Ramsay's version, along with his what's the word? Narration? Is that right? You know, his commentary from Mr. Ramsay. Okay, let's get to this. We gotta cook some eggs. Do you guys remember a long time ago when I actually used to do an egg dish at the beginning of every show? Does anybody remember that? New hairstyle, not so much. This is actually a very old hairstyle. This is what I used to look like most of my life. Let's see. I went from this to shaving it all off to having to looking like a rodent for a long time. I was like that for like, I don't know, a couple of years, I think. And then I went from there to growing my hair out down to my shoulders, which I then cut off and donated to children with hair loss. And then after that, I decided, we'll let it grow for a little while. Heaped it up at some point and said, let's stick with this. And that's where I've been ever since. The U.S. doesn't do full vaccinations. We have to wash our eggs, which makes them non-shelf stable. That's what I was going to want to say, if I knew it. That sounded so good, Centella. Uncultured butter, hello! I've never noticed eggs being different between the U.S. and Canada. I don't know. We're going to sterilize the shell. Look at all this. I don't even need to tell you guys. You guys are good on your own. Why do I even bother with research? I'll just ask chat. Seriously, I can just go play video games. That Resident Evil 2's out now. Again, another joke. I've never played Resident Evil. Let's make eggs. Hey. Don't turn off. You think I'm missing out? Everybody says Resident Evil 2 might have been one of the best games of all time, and I just can't... I don't know. I don't really like third-person games like that. Everybody loves Tomb Raider and Uncharted and Red Dead Redemption and all these games, and I'm like, I don't want to play a third-person story-based game. It just doesn't sound fun to me. Sorry. Look at this. I play like twin-stick games. That's what I like. Okay, American-style eggs. We're going to get our egg mise en place out, which seems counterintuitive to me. Does it not seem to you guys anyway, that to make genuine American-style eggs, it should be something that you can do extremely fast, rushed, some would say? We're busy. We're Americans. We gotta go out and shut down the government. Mike might seem more like an EVE Online player. You look like you'd smell good. I do smell good, actually. Thank you for that. Alright, we got the butter out. EVE Online, isn't that the MMO that people play with spreadsheets? Yeah, I don't have a lot of... That doesn't thrill me too much. Alright, let's be over here for a second. Let's see. This is... I just want to make an omelet. Butter? Really? The government isn't shut down no more. Well, yeah, well... It is and it isn't, right? 15-minute-old joke, the 3-week funding bill has been signed down. Yeah, no, it has. We'll see what happens in 3 weeks, though. That's all. We're not getting political here. We're not doing that. We don't do such things. All right, I'm just going to cut off a tablespoon. Whoop, of butter, about like that. Whoop. All right, now we have that ready. It has to be ready. Here's the thing. Eggs cook fast. You have to have all your stuff ready. Now, the eggs can still be in their shells. You don't have to crack them into a separate bowl. That's okay. Even though there are certain people like Anthony Bourdain who swear by cracking that egg into its own container first so that you safely sequester it from any of its little shells. It's easy to take shells out. I guess if you were working a line in a restaurant, just having a little bowl sitting next to you would probably be okay if it would speed up that process of taking out eggshells and making sure that you don't have to really look that hard for the eggshells because it'll be right there. So I guess that makes sense. But we're not having to do that today. It's just Mike's. I don't care if there's a shell in there. I'll eat it. You're eating eggs right now! No way. Okay. High heat. High heat on this. Oh, spatula. Forgot about it. Heat sensitive. Spatula. The pan doesn't have to be hot when you start. Eggs go in. We're going to cook 3 eggs. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And by the way, no salt, according to the rules. The rules say you can't put salt in. And we'll talk about why in a bit. And also why it's a bunch of crap. But anyway, no salt yet. By the way, does anybody think I'm missing something? Oh, yeah. Ah, no, don't do that. It's changing color. That's not good. All right, that's it. That's all. I'm going to break it up. That's it for right now. Now watch. Now watch. This is the American part. Check this out. You fold in. You see this? It's not hot enough to do it. Actually, no, it sort of is. Folding in is the American way to cook eggs. And this pan is kind of crap for it, to be honest. He broke the yolks? Well, we're making scrambled eggs. If you can scramble eggs without breaking the yolks, my sir, my hat is off to you. Alright, anyway, you fold in. It needs to be hotter than this. Give it a second. It still needs to heat up a bit. All you need to do is grab a glass to separate the eggs? Why? I don't need to separate them. Black pepper, huh? Okay, here we go. Oh boy, this is too hot. It's okay, it's okay. We're making this work. Non-stick pans are kind of crap for making scrambled eggs. Really good for fried eggs. Scrambled eggs, maybe not so much. Cook fast. Don't break it up. You want these folds in it. The folds are what make it what you want, I guess. I don't know. Alright, now it's to the point where we gotta throw the butter in, I think. Or maybe the butter should have been in earlier. I think I probably effed this up. This isn't right, is it? Do we need to do this again? I don't want to waste these eggs. Let's get this butter melted. I think the butter was supposed to go in earlier. Time to start over. Here's the thing about eggs, guys. You're never out of luck with eggs. You're never. There's never a time when you're like, no, I'm not going to eat those eggs. Even rubbery eggs are still just fine. Okay. Yeah, except these are kind of overcooked now. That's kind of like, you don't want to see that on your eggs. Also, the bottom of the pan, that's not good. If I would have put some butter down, it would have stopped that. Although, with a non-stick pan, you would think it wouldn't stick. Anyway, these are overcooked now. Alright, that's that. Let's get them on a plate so at least you can see it. take an attractive plate to try to cover up the mistake. All right. Some of them are cooked properly. Not all of them though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to scrub this pan real quick to get this crap out. I need to put the butter in first. That would be smart. What do you recommend for a non-stick pan that doesn't give you cancer? Actually, lots of pans are fine. Most pans are fine. I wouldn't get one that has these little like lines on the bottom. Let's see. How do you guys like that? The shape is correct. They are slightly overcooked, but tell me. There's also no salt in these. Also, my camera is playing with the white balance. Okay, here we go. We'll make sure there's some salt in it now. Also, there's no black pepper. Let's try that again. Okay, where's the black pepper go? I had it. Oh, there it is. Black pepper. Okay. We did that. So that's how you make American eggs. Very poorly. Let's try that again. Oh man, I'm gonna scrub this out in the sink real quick. I didn't think it would be this bad. I thought this pan was in better shape than this. A new pan would not stick like that. Sorry, one sec. Acceptable. Okay. Wait, where is Molly? Molly is going to be out for tonight, although Uber Carney is going to be here shortly. Molly is out sick, unfortunately. If you see her on Discord, wish her well. Okay. Please. Let's try that again. Butter first. Tablespoon of butter. 3 eggs. Actually, let's do 2 eggs this time. Because that's all I have left in this carton. I have more eggs, but we'll do this. Why is a guy cooking eggs? This isn't science. This is buffoonery. People say that, at least like chefs and stuff, say that if you have a new guy that you're considering hiring for your kitchen, you make him cook eggs. And if he knows how to cook eggs, then he knows how to cook things. Especially eggs. What does that show you? He knows how to cook eggs. And the fact that everybody knows that makes it kind of pointless, doesn't it? Is buffoonery? No, what we're here. Oh, forgot about that. Better have some buffoonery liquid. Okay. Go ahead, let that melt. We got it at 260 is what my cooktop is at, which is not really all that hot. It's mildly hot. All right, butter's melted. Let it foam. It's finishing its foam cycle. That's important. Eggs go in. Shell goes in too. Take shell out if you don't want the shell. Other egg goes in. Just like that. Now we stir. Stir, stir, stir. Like that. That's it. That's all the stirring we want to do. Now we drag to the middle. Drag, drag. You see how much that butter helped? No more sticking. No more sticking, yo. Drag to the center. Give it a little chance to cook. The shell is good for you. Yeah. Okay, there we go. We're almost cooked now. Now the golden rule with eggs, according to most people, I guess, is that if your eggs are are done in the pan, they're overcooked on the plate. Oh crap, I forgot to salt them again. And the black pepper. Crap, they're going to be overcooked now. Alright, I'm just going to season them on the plate. Wait, no we're not. We have time. We have time. Just barely enough. It gives you that crunchy texture. What, the salt? Alright, that's cooked. That's fine. Alright. Let's see if that's any better. Here's attempt number 1, right there, with the salt on the sides. And then here's attempt number 2. Let's see, side by side. Do you notice a difference? They look pretty similar, I gotta tell you. Except one has black pepper, the other one doesn't. Also, this is only 2 eggs instead of 3, so there's less. Okay, let's get more eggs out. We did the American style. And I think we did it properly. Next one. Next type of egg. The French style. / the Gordon Ramsay style. We're going to take our nice pan and get rid of it. This is not how you cook French eggs. French eggs are not cooked in a fry pan. They're cooked in a saucepan, otherwise known as a pot. Grab your little pot. Put it right there. Look how nice it is. We're going to turn it on. Oh, we're going to get our eggs out first. I'm going to get my eggs out first. You're going to sit there and watch me. It's not we. It's me and it's you. Is that the gum pot? No, that. I can show you that one. That one's terrible. Like, really, really terrible. Okay. Hey, Norris. Wait, I'm not your dad. I don't think I am. Okay, here we go. Learn this on Hot Ones. Exactly. That's why I'm doing this, to illustrate this. So, I'm going to try to do this in the Gordon Ramsay style. Pan on. Hot. Egg. Tap, tap. In the pot. One more. Tap, tap. In the pot. Third egg. Tap. In the pot. Wash hands. Salmonella. Knob of butter. Stir. Keep stirring. Low heat. Don't stop stirring. On the heat. Off the heat. On the heat. Off the heat. Hang on. Hang on. We're doing this. The butter's not even melted yet. You can't stop stirring. You can't stop stirring. I'm sorry. The way he does his voiceovers is ridiculous. I hope he's laughing himself too. It's alright, I'm starting to get curds. Whenever you see curds start to form, by the way, Gordon didn't talk about this on Hot Ones, but when you see curds start to form, that's when you know to take it off the heat. Because what you want to do is you want to just barely have curds start to form, and they form pretty fast when you have it over high heat. And once you see them start to form, you take it off the heat so you can make the curds as small as possible. Small curds is what makes a French scrambled eggs unique. There we go, we got curds going again. Oh boy. Keep mixing, keep mixing, keep mixing. There's a lot of heat in the pan, so you got to scrape the bottom as fast as you can. It's going to start to thicken up and start to look like a lumpy pudding. That's what you want. The French love a good lumpy pudding. We know this. Never watched Gordon on TV. Is there a particularly good show of his I should find? Well, he's been on Kitchen Nightmares. You know, there's that show that's very popular here in the States. And various other, like, cooking shows. Master? Top Chef Masters, I think it might be called, over in the UK. Here, I'm trying to get this. You see how this looks? The French would say that this is almost there. I'm going to give it a little bit more. Beautiful, soft, luxurious eggs. Every time. Alright, we're really close. A tiny bit more. There's a lot of heat still in the pan. And that's it. Salt. Salt right at the end. According to Gordon Ramsay, you have to salt right at the end because otherwise it causes your eggs to split and become tough and leave little pockets of water. He didn't put any black pepper in his. However, one thing he did do is to stop the cooking process. He added creme fraiche. Let's talk about creme fraiche. Creme fraiche is something that you don't see too much in the United States, but you see it a lot overseas. By the way, I probably already ruined this because I didn't have this ready, but a dollop of sour cream, which is just fine if you can't find creme fraiche. Sour cream is a little bit fattier and a little bit thicker and a little bit tangier. Creme fraiche is basically just cream that's soured a little bit and thickened a little bit. Think of it as like buttermilk with more fat, except not as strong as buttermilk. I think he also adds chives. I don't have any chives, so we're gonna go with this. Beautiful, soft, luxurious eggs every time. And that's that. Chives are a must in scrambled eggs. Hi, Poppin', what's up? Alright, let me move my face out of the way so you guys can see. Alright, chat. Which one of the three is your favorite? Looks like a lumpy custard. I think the same thing. Which one looks the best? The right, the middle, the far left? I would do a vote, but we're down a Molly right now. And I'm useless at putting those things together. So these are, in total we have 8 eggs on the plate right now. 3 of them are French, 5 of them are American, and 3 of the American ones were cooked improperly. So about the middle has pepper in it. Is there something on the camera? Alright, anyway, I gotta try this. Right if it had pepper. Maka Waka, dude! Maka Waka! My buddy from Hitch's stream. What's up, dude? Don't you mod for Hitch? Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Enjoy all the pickles you can throw around the internet now. You would not eat the left one, so you would not eat... Like, is that stage left or my left? Because my left is this one. Your left is probably... Is this one? Alright. This one is probably the most divisive one, according to American tastes. But... in France, this is scrambled eggs. Well, it's not everywhere. I mean, the French like cooked eggs as well. But in haute cuisine, if you were to ask for scrambled eggs, you'd probably end up with something like that, except it would probably have chives in it. Luxurious, soft, beautiful eggs every time. To be honest, it does taste pretty good. I may have another one of those. I haven't had dinner yet. The cost of protein! Mmm. Delicious. Let's see how America fares. Let's see how good my biffed ones are. So these ones are overcooked, and the salt was just tossed on top as an afterthought. They're rubbery. The chunkiness of the salt, because it didn't get absorbed into the eggs, is less than ideal. Yeah, you might even send those back, simply because they're so rubbery. You get no texture. It's all. Oh, it's like the bottom of your shoes a little bit. Now these eggs have been cooked properly, so they have a tiniest bit of wetness to them, which is key to making really good eggs. Is to leave a little bit raw. That's a good egg. This middle one, this is my choice. This is what I want. Delicious. I want this on toast and a side of bacon and some hash browns and a waitress with a hairnet. That's what I want. Oh, so good. Moist. No English bacon, please. It's limp. Did you tell that to Gordon Ramsay? You should tweet at him. Yo, Gordon. English bacon is limp. What you gonna do about it? He'll make you an idiot sandwich. Personally offended? Let's make hash browns? Well, no, I don't have time. We have other things. Hash browns is not a protein. We're not talking about this crap. Today's a protein show. Today's about the friggin' cost of protein, kids. This not the, I mean, this, how much does this cost? We had 8. We had 8 eggs on this plate. 3 of them French, 2 of them good American eggs, and 3 of them bad American eggs. Hang on a second. Nerd Whispers, thank you for the 5 months. I love delicious science. Why are you here? Kidding. And Kilgarin throwing out a sub to Haunted Wind. Thank you for that, Kilgarin. Haunted Wind, if you're here. What happened to your hair? Fell over. Yeah. Sorry about that. Look at this. It's. Oh no, I wasn't planning on that happening. You know what? That looked kind of good. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with the anime on this. There you go. Nice. Okay. This was 8 eggs. This is 2/3 of a carton. I pay $2 a carton, meaning this cost what? $1.66 for an entire plate of protein that even Stephen FRA probably wouldn't be able to eat all of. Eggs are cheap. Eggs are a cheap source of protein. I want to say my Belgian boyfriend approved of your Belgian food stream. Now I'm jelly you think you do a Scottish one. I swear we have good food. Scottish food. Let's do Scottish food. Deep fried Mars bars. We're going to have Scottish food. Let's see. Haggis. Everybody knows haggis. Haggis would be okay. I would eat it. I mean, it's not that bad, right? Black pudding? I don't know. Would you call black pudding a Scottish thing? Or would a white pudding be more Scottish? I don't know. What would you say? Scotch eggs. How can I forget Scotch eggs? One of the best cures for a hangover in all of Great Britain. Although, if you're in Northern Ireland, or actually if you're in Ireland, which I know is not a part of Great Britain, but if you're in Ireland, the best hangover cure in the world is found in Ireland, and I've done it on this show twice. That's how much I like it. It's called a spice bag, and it is the most fantastic, wonderful food. I was so upset that Hitch went to Ireland and never once got a spice bag. I was so ready for it, and he never did it. What a bummer. Experiment with turnip. Neeps and tatties. He went Jimmy Neutron to Wolverine. Wolverine late in his career, I think. Shortbread. Shortbread. Like Walker's shortbread? I've had that before. I live in a rural area, so most eggs are brown. Yeah, you know, the color of the egg is a reflection upon the color of the chicken. It doesn't change the nutritional content of the egg at all. Brown eggs are not healthier. They simply come from brown hens. Let's see here. I'm Scottish, I don't know how to spell it. Cranikin. I've never heard of that one before. You got to say haggis, right? How do you say haggis? You got to say it like haggis. I'm going to do a really bad Scottish accent here. Don't crucify me. Here we go. Haggis. It comes from a sheep's stomach. And you stuff it with oats. And then you boil it. And then you tell people it's real food. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. Where's groundkeepers? Okay. That was. You guys like my Scottish accent? I used to tease my friends when I was drinking that after I've had enough, I would get Scottish. That's how you knew when I'd really had enough. When I started rolling my arse. Not rolling my arse, like rolling my arse. Okay. Okay, have you heard of putting mustard in your eggs while you cook them? You don't need salt then. But it's gonna be sour though. You don't want sour in your... Well, then again, I did just put like sour cream in my eggs and that was okay, so maybe? I don't know, I've never heard of that. I've heard of like mustard on the outside of like a turkey, which blew my mind that you would use that for it. I guess mustard, I mean, it's just vinegar and salt. It's like, there's not much to it really. I swear last reach I'm heading. I swear, what's that mean? The mustard does not change the flavor. Really? How much do you put in? Like a teaspoon? Interesting. Okay. Where's my agenda? There it is. Okay. So we did the scrambled eggs. Fantastic. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but we are down a Molly tonight. So if we do speed runs, I have to do them myself. And my software is somewhat on the broken side right now. So it's kind of hard for me to even do that. So we may not even attempt it tonight. Anyway. And actually I have to use it right now. I may have to click this. Have you tasted 1,000-year-old eggs? Have I tasted 1,000-year-old eggs? You guys want to see them? Somebody sent them to me. This, by the way, is another fantastically cheap form of protein, which is to say food that people send you because you do a cooking show on the internet. They paid $4 for them, and I think it was Uber Curry. Look at this. Look at this. Kindly eggs. Kindly eggs. Preserved duck eggs. These are 1,000-year-old eggs. 1,000-year-old eggs are duck eggs. Oh, there's a smell with that. Oh, it's almost making me forget the burnt popcorn smell that's still around. Holy crap, that's an aroma. Look, you can peer on the inside, and you can see the face of the devil in there. Oh my goodness. I don't want to open this. Actually, most of that smell is probably coming from this, which we're actually going to try to use tonight, believe it or not. Whole crayfish. This probably freaks you guys out. Again, there's a lot of protein in here. Granted, a lot of the protein that's in this is in the form of chitin, or chitin, I think is how you pronounce it. I've been pronouncing that wrong for years. Chitin, which is the shell of a lot of marine mammals and a lot of other stuff too. Most of the time when you have like a shell on something, it's probably chitinous, or it has chitin in it. Anyway, whole crayfish are very, very similar to whole dried shrimp. Although they're not the same, they're pretty darn similar. Whole dried shrimp are extremely common in Southeast Asian cooking. Oh boy, hang on a second. We gotta, hang on. Hey Poppin', what are you doing tonight? You mind modding for me? I gotta do cooking. Nummy Muffin, thank you for your 6 months. Cheers and happy Friday. I forgot, it's Friday. Man, the days blur together. Thank you so much, Nummy. And Marmaduke for 4 months. Thank you, dude. I'm going to get these off the screen because they're grossing me out a little bit. XX Orangubang. XX. I like your name. It's good. It reminds me of the old days. Thank you so much for your Prime sub. As Uber walks in the door. Oh, okay. Never mind. Well, you have a friend to help you tonight, Uber. And we're looking at your freaking crayfish. Anyway, let me finish talking about these. Whole shrimp, whole dried shrimp are a very common ingredient in Southeast Asian cooking, specifically like Vietnamese and Thai cooking. I think they're also used a lot in Filipino cooking and Indonesian. All Southeast Asia, essentially. It's very common. I call hacks that crayfish is cray. Well, you know, it's the same thing as crawfish, right? If it were focused. Crayfish and crawfish is the same animal. How about that? This fish is craw. Anyway, the way you use these is really weird. It literally is just whole, dried, little tiny little baby, little ones, crayfish. And when they get dry like that, they get very brittle and they kind of start to turn to dust. When you use this in food, you actually grind it into a dust. It's literally nothing more than a sea creature that has been taken in its entirety, dried out, and then ground into a fine dust. It's weird. And we're going to use it today in a way that you're probably not supposed to. But I'm probably gonna. We'll see. We'll get around to that. It's going to be a little bit later. Shrimp paste, too. Smells terrible. Adds great flavor. Smells horrible. Oh, God. I kind of just want to, like, use that so that I can have it off of my counter, if I'm honest. Uber Carney, if I'm honest. Thank you. Okay. Which camera are we on? This one. Okay. Next segment is going to be the news segment. You guys are here just in time, actually. We have a new segment to do for you. Oh, I forgot, too. I have a bounty to do tonight. We're going to do that later. Yeah, we'll come around. I'm so excited about it because this is the first bounty that I've been really excited about actually doing because, like, the content's really good. Anyway, we'll come around to that. So excited! I can't believe I got it. Anyway, what are we doing? It's a new segment. I'm excited now. I'm all excited. As I was excited. Okay. I need to trigger this. Hey, who's your name? What's your name? Uber Duder. You there? Uber Carney. Can you trigger stuff? Bounty is Mike's Eye Boba Fett now. Bounty. Okay, bounties are they're essentially they're ads, right? They're like what you can do as a streamer is you can reach out to companies or companies can reach out to you directly, and they can pay you to promote their product and they'll pay you money directly. There's a form of this advertising that comes through Twitch that's just basically on offer for a lot of different streamers. I think you have to be partnered to get it, but basically, like, it's like, here's an ad, if you want to do it, here are the terms and conditions, and you can get paid this amount of money, and you do all this kind of stuff, and it's pretty civil, and it's really, really easy, you know, and the terms are usually not onerous at all, so I don't mind doing them. It's a Kilgarin gifted another sub to 0R7, thank you, Kilgarin. You just pepperin' tonight, like I forgot to pepper those eggs. Anyway, I don't like doing ads on the channel, but here's the thing. When a good one comes around, when it's like an ad for something that I'm like, that I agree with, and you guys will like, and it's like, thank you. Like, that's it. I'm into it. Anyway, software goes yellow when I log in. What the hell does that mean? Refresh, maybe? Okay, hang on a second. Here we go. Is it working for me? Hang on a second. I gotta trigger this because I need an overlay. Oh god, I think it's broken for me too. Okay, I think we're gonna trigger this the hard way. Here we go, guys. Oh, let me get prepped for this first. Hang on, one sec. Alright, let's see if this runs. Here we go. Get your fingers crossed. It's time for a packaged food review. You guys like that? This is the time. This is the new segment that I was promising you guys. We're going to do a packaged food review. I have actually 2 different packaged foods to kick us off tonight. We got 2 different packaged foods that we're going to take a look at in fine detail to see what the hell this crap is that they've been feeding us. How about that? We're going to start us off with an interesting one. I need to put a sound effect to that intro, I think. You guys ready? I'll show it to you up here, actually. Who thinks they know what I got? It's a packaged food. And I probably wouldn't go, I wouldn't go pick off a loaf of bread or a can of green beans off the shelf. That's not fun. That's not interesting. I want to go for the food that looks the most fun. Ramen, deviled eggs, cookies, Twinkies, hot pickles, granola bar. What happened to your hair? Fell over, swept it back. It'll be back. It'll be back on Monday, I hope. I gotta get a haircut very badly. Gotta be cookies. Chow mein noodles, crawfish. Well, it's not cookies. It is actually only a single cookie, but it's a real big one. And guess what it's flavored like? Protein cookie. Birthday cake flavor. Why is this a thing? Alright. Come on, Dutch Angle, don't do that. Hang on a second. There, okay. That's good enough. Check that out. Protein cookie, birthday cake flavor. Who would eat this? Anyway. By the way, birthday cake flavor in case... Whoa, what is with this? Do we need... Is it because it's blue? I think it's because it's blue. Hang on. We need to I need to put something red here. Here, maybe this will fix it. Yeah, that well, sort of fixes it. Anyway, yeah. By the way, birthday cake flavor is a mixture of essentially 2 different flavors, butter and vanilla. Those are the 2 main. It's going red again. Those are the 2 main, 2 main flavors. Marmaduke, just thank you for the resub for 4 months. I appreciate that. Sunburn filter. You guys will have to deal with this. I didn't anticipate this. I gotta lock the white balance. Anyway. Now that you guys know what it is, we're going to take a look at the food, and then we're going to take a look at the ingredients. By the way, let's look at the front of this and see all the wonderful claims that this product is making. First of all, look at the name in wonderful, colorful, eye-catching holofoil graphics. Buff Bake. Look at that. It's a weighty, what do you call those? A weighty bell? They're heavy and you lift them. Anyway, it's got a barbell, that's it. They got one of those and a spoon. How about that? Check that out. 16 grams of protein. If I eat this, man, I could get huge. Man, I could be so big and women would be so attracted to my muscles, they'd be on me like magnets. This is what I need. Buff Bake. This is a good cookie. Birthday cake flavor? Don't even have to give it up. It's gonna be like a birthday every single day. Look, it used to be worse. They tell you that right here. Soft baked, gluten-free. You don't even have to worry about the glutens getting in your way. How about that? Non-GMO, because F the GMOs. 15 grams, wait a minute, 15 grams of fiber is what it says around the corner, and 16 grams of protein. So you'll poop yourself inside out, but the stuff that stays inside you will be protein, which is good for you. This is A pluses all across the line. This is so good. Let's see what this thing looks like. Oh, how can something be both new and improved? Good point. All right. Opening the package, maybe a little on the difficult side, but let's see what this is. Slide it out of its case. All right. It doesn't look like the picture. This looks like somebody ate it already, if I'm perfectly honest. Okay, fun. Let's cut into this thing. It looks like they licked it. A clown's anus. It's not the whole anus. It's just the sphincter. It's a clown's sphincter. This is the improved version. I know. I'd hate to see what it looked like before. Anyway, by the way, I'm not picking these foods specifically to poke fun at them. I sort of am, but I'm not picking foods that I know I'm going to dislike. I'm picking foods that I think have a chance at being okay, having redeeming qualities. So let's see. We ended up with something that looks like it has, this is like wow, the smell of vanilla is really strong here. It's got this funny little powder on top that I guess is just Jimmy's. Hundreds and thousands, I think people call them. And you've got some baked cookie and some what appears to be unbaked cookie just underneath the toppings, right in the middle. Seems like their baking process is a little bit substandard there. Anyway, we're going to taste this. We're going to see what it's like. This does not cut like a normal cookie, I have to say. It's weird in a way, and that could be the protein that's causing that. But let's see. Anyway, it's going to make me buff, right? It's worth it. Well, it's like chewing gum that breaks down. You know what the texture actually is exactly like? Is licorice. It has the exact texture of licorice. It doesn't taste like licorice. It tastes like a birthday cake made out of shoes. It tastes like a rubber hose that has been seasoned with some vanilla. Tastes like your welcome mat if it's been passed by a Girl Scout or a troop of Girl Scouts. Just a little bit of vanilla flavoring in the air. It sticks to your teeth really badly. I bet if I go to the dentist tomorrow, they're going to be like, "Have you been eating Buff Bake cookies?" We get that all the time. Anyway, what is this? Anyway, okay, so we did the taste. We took a look at it. So far, I'm not grading high so far on this one. Let's see what's actually in this. By the way, Buff Bake, 50-point font. Ingredients, 2.5-point font. Let's see if I can actually get the camera down close enough so that you guys can read this. Tapioca fiber. What? Tapioca fiber is not a common ingredient at all. I know what it is. Tapioca fiber is simply the fiber that comes from the cassava plant or the tapioca plant. We've made tapioca or cassava or yucca. It's all the exact same plant. We made that on stream before, and it's like mashed potatoes when you make it. That plant in particular doesn't actually have a whole lot of fiber. It has tons of starch in it, though. Tons of it. That's why you can make pudding out of it. But it's not got a lot of fiber. So I guess what they were throwing away, they're now putting into bags and sending it to this company so they can put it in their food. Anyway, that's tapioca flour. Next thing, whey protein. By the way, tapioca fiber is where all the fiber, the 14, 15 grams or whatever is in. I think it's 15 grams of fiber. That's where it's coming from, principally, that tapioca fiber. Cellulose filler. Precisely, it's cellulose filler. But, I mean, it's protein. It's filler. Do you guys not get a little bit angry about that? Like the fact that, they add fiber to it, and it adds a lot of bulk to it. And fiber is actually good for you. This is probably going to be mostly insoluble fiber. Let's see up here. Usually they tell you. They don't. They just say dietary fiber. They don't actually break it down into soluble and insoluble fiber. That's a shame, because that's actually a good thing to know. Anyway, yeah, we're going to talk about the calories and stuff in a second. Next thing on the list, whey protein concentrate. It's just, you know what that is? You know what you do? You make cheese, and the stuff that's left over, the whey, they take that, and they treat it a little bit more. They homogenize it and pasteurize it and stuff. And then they shoot it out of a cannon at high speed, out of a nozzle, that it makes it dry instantly. When it's, as it flies through the air, it sticks to a drum and dries instantly. And then they scrape it off, and there's your whey protein concentrate. They basically take all of the water out through evaporation. It's a very, very common food processing technique. Anyway, that's what that stuff is. And it is actually good for you. Whey protein concentrate is a complete protein. So as far as like the USDA is concerned, Thumbs up on that one. Whole grain oat flour. Nothing special there. Well, it is actually special because that's like a really good ingredient. Whole grain oat flour is, I've told you guys before, in terms of nutrition, oats are like maybe the king of the castle. They're really good. Anyway, vegetable glycerin. What the hell is vegetable glycerin? Well, if you take vegetable oil, something like corn oil or canola oil or something like that, and you put it into a drum, and you pressurize that drum, and also inside that drum there's a very strong alkali like lye, you can make vegetable glycerin. What it literally does is it takes the fats and it strips off all of the little the things that hang off the middle. The middle of a fat, by the way, is glycerin. It's a glyceride. It's this little middle of a fat that usually has like 3 little arms coming off of it, binding sites for something, and I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, there's these 3 things that can bind on. Somebody in chat will know what they are. 3 things bind onto these glycerins usually, and that's what makes oil. If you strip all those things off in the presence of a strong alkali, you end up with just glycerin, which is a slightly sweet, syrupy liquid. Use it in baking sometimes. Fatty acids, those are the ones. Thank you, guys. Fatty acids. Anyway, that's what that is. Vegetable glycerin is nothing more than that. And it sort of is a lot because you have to react it under alkaline conditions, and it has to be done under pressure. So that's kind of a weird one. That's sort of a chemical there. Organic cane sugar, good, thumbs up. We like that. Regular old sugar, why you gotta get crazy? Regular sugar is what we want. Although they could have just written sugar, and I would have been happy with that. Master Star, thanks for gifting the sub to Krimi Neko. Appreciate it immensely. Krimi's been here for a while. He knows how to use the pickle. Whole eggs, again, thumbs up. Fantastic. Why not just say eggs? Honey. They couldn't make that one fancier. This is non-organic honey. I'm out of here. If you don't give me organic honey in my ingredients list, I'm not buying your buff baked birthday cake bar. Cookie. Organic virgin coconut oil. Again, you could just say coconut oil. It doesn't really make a big difference to me. Almond butter. That's kind of a surprise. Almonds are usually like an expensive ingredient to put in baked goods. Usually you don't see them. That's actually a mark of this company doing like a good solid thing. I would expect that in the future, if this like product becomes more commercialized or the company falls on hard times or something like that, they'll probably take that out because almond butter is expensive. Powdered cane sugar. Again, it's just sugar, although it has some of that organic tapioca starch in it somehow. Natural flavors, you're probably looking at vanilla mostly there. It's probably not real vanilla. They would call it out if it's real vanilla because real vanilla is way more expensive than the fake stuff. So it's probably tree bark that's been steeped in alcohol. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake vanilla. Anyway, coconut flour. Again, it's another filler. Coconut flour has some carbs, but a whole lot of fiber in it. That's another contributor to the fiber in this. Not surprising to see that, really. Rainbow sprinkles, and here's where we start to get weird. Notice all the ingredients above are where you would normally see things like wheat and corn and soy. You get none of that. No wheat, corn, or soy. That's so unusual. I wonder if it's as if they were sort of avoiding those ingredients on purpose because they know that this part of their label actually helps sell their product. I don't know. They specifically avoid those ingredients because they know people look at them and go, there's corn something in this and I want it. Anyway, down here in the sprinkles, I guess they abandoned that idea because they have cornstarch and palm oil and palm kernel oil and soy lecithin, or sunflower lecithin, not soy, and carnauba wax and all that other good stuff. Anyway, it's like sugar and cornstarch, like that's just, they put candy on top. No big deal, right? I'm not faulting them for that. It's just funny that it shows up down here and not up at the top. Anyway, what else we got down there? Regular old lecithin, sunflower, and soybean. Not a big deal. Lecithin is a very innocuous ingredient in food. All it is really an emulsifier, and it does make food sort of better. It also massively aids in the processing of the food because it has less of a propensity to stick and clump up to processing equipment. So it's a good thing, and it helps with processing. It doesn't hurt you at all. It's very good. Salt, baking soda, egg whites, tapioca syrup, cream of tartar. I don't think I have to explain any of those, except for maybe tapioca syrup. Tapioca syrup is probably just tapioca starch that's been hydrolyzed the same way that you would make corn syrup. So what you do is you take usually bacterial amylase, which is an enzyme, and you put it with water in a whole big old bucket of corn starch, or in this case tapioca starch, and the little enzymes start doing their thing. They bump into all the cornstarches and they break them to bits. And when that happens, you end up with a syrup that's mostly short chain saccharides, short chain sugars. So you get like short sugars that are like two glucoses, but most of them are going to be like 1 glucose and 1 fructose. Anyway, it's not very exciting. Cream of tartar, we know, baking soda, egg white, salt. Okay, anyway, that's that. Let's go down here. First of all, what's the most important number on this list? By the way, carnauba wax. You could detail your car with those sprinkles. You could. It's edible. Rango sprinkles and unicorn milk. What is the most important number on this label? It's the weight. It's the freaking weight that's the most important. All the other numbers that go down here, 12 grams of fat, that's not important if you don't know how many freaking grams are in the actual serving. The most important number is 80 grams and servings per container. You got to just multiply the two together. 80 grams is the most important number. If anybody says, like, how many carbs are in that, you could tell them to stuff it right in their butt. Because here's the thing. Knowing how many carbs are in something, that's grams of carbohydrates, is completely useless without knowing how many carbs are in a serving. So if you say how many carbs are in that, you better say how many carbs in that per 100 grams of the food. Then that's a relative. Then you have a... You know what I'm saying? It's stupid. Anyway, that peeves me more than anything. I hate that. 15 grams of poop. 1 bag's a serving. Anyway, you guys are looking at this. There is probably one thing that I should call out. It's got big numbers in the places that people look at, sometimes to find food like this. It has big numbers in fiber, low numbers in sugar, high numbers in protein. You would think this looks okay. Actually, the fat's a little bit high for this, but since it's a cookie, you'll excuse it. It's sort of a treat. There is a place that should have big numbers, but doesn't. Right here. It's pretty much vitamin deficient, which is pretty weird for something called buff bake, something that purports to be for your health in some way. The calcium and the iron are probably coming from the milk. The iron actually is probably coming from the oats, and maybe the milk as well, and the eggs. It could be coming from the eggs as well. But no vitamin C, no vitamin A. It's funny that they actually put zeros on there. I wonder if the law requires that. Anyway, I don't see any mentions of niacin, of any vitamins whatsoever really in there. Nothing about, the important stuff. Vitamin E is not on there. That's impressive that they were able to get that little nutrition into something so beautiful. Is sugar equal to fiber ECH? No. Well, when they put sugar on, they don't actually put sugar. They put carbohydrates. So it says total carbohydrates is 41 grams. So carbohydrates are long strands of sugars, is usually what they're referred to as. So dietary fiber are really, really long strands that your body can't really break down. Now there's two types of fiber. There's soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber is the kind that makes you feel really, really full, because what happens is soluble fiber hydrates in your gut, expands and takes up space in your stomach. Soluble fiber is really good for people on diets. There's a lot in oats, by the way. Insoluble fiber is sort of like that. It does make you feel full, but the thing about insoluble fiber is that water doesn't do anything to it at all. But then again, nothing else really does anything to it either. It goes through your body basically unchanged. So you're thinking of like corn kernels and stuff like that. That's insoluble fiber, the outside of a corn kernel, because you all see it right on the way out. Am I right? Anyway, that can be a good thing too, because it sort of mechanically, how's the best way to put this? Chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. It sweeps the chimney. Okay. Anyway, if I had to give this thing a grade, and I'm not going to, because I don't think that's. Yes, I am actually. I'm going to give it a grade. I just decided in the moment. In terms of delivering on the promises that it puts on the outside, it delivers on the birthday cake promise, because it's as nauseating to me as birthday cake is. But in terms of this being buff bake and having the barbells, the weighty things. What do I call them? The weighty lifties. I give it a D. It's a D. Need to work on this buff bake. Not a quality food. F minus. This is gonna go in the garbage, by the way. I'm not gonna eat this. We got one more. Because like I said, this is the first. Barbell, that's what it is. No, it's a weighty lifty. I'm Mortelson. Why did you choose birthday cake if that's a bad flavor for you? Because I wanted to get the one that was the most, like, markety and, like, grand promises and stuff like that. And birthday cake is you're not going to get that right, I'll bet. You know, it's a high bar, and I chose that on purpose. Here's number 2. Check this one out. How much was it? Oh, like $2? I actually forgot. Prices are a good idea. I should probably be looking at prices. How about this one? Called them weighty bells before. That's what it is. Ooh, I eat those during marathons. Okay, cool. Yeah, look at this flavor, guys. Cool blue flavor. Who else has had these? Anybody? I don't like this hairstyle. It makes you look really old. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Cut it and spike it again. Gatorade jerky. It looks like candy. Well, it looks like candy because it is candy. But you guys will figure that out in a second. Okay. By the way, again, I didn't buy these things to find stuff for me to crap on. What I'm looking for are products that have high promises in terms of marketing. I mean, look at this. It looks to me like candy, and it promises to give me energy. And that's saying something, because I'm a low energy kind of guy most of the time, especially if I've been drinking my $3 wine. You know what I mean? Could I just pound one of these after the show's over and get all my zestiness back? I don't know. Let's find out. By the way, I'm especially happy with cool blue flavor, by the way. I remember when my grandmother used to call me downstairs to have dessert, and I'd ask her, what are we having? What flavor pudding? She said cool blue. No, she didn't, because that's not a flavor. So stupid. Anyway. Cool blue is a flavor that you eat that doesn't exist. Anyway, Red Bull says it will give me wings. Just drink chocolate milk. Actually, that's a good point. But anyway, this is a thing that's supposed to give you energy, and it's from Gatorade, a trusted name in the packaged food world. Let's look at the ingredients. Corn syrup and sugar are the first 2 ingredients. So yes, anybody who was curious, is it candy? Yes, it's candy. If it wasn't candy, it wouldn't have those as the first 2 ingredients. However, the next ingredient is kind of interesting. Isomaltulose. Isomaltulose is a lot like sugar. So sugar is fructose and glucose, and they're bound together with a glycosidic bond. Isomaltulose is fructose and glucose, and they're bound together with a glycosidic bond. It has the same constituent parts as regular old table sugar, but it has a different structure. And because it has this different structure, your body takes longer to break it down, many times longer actually. And that's good news, because what happens is that when your body breaks down sucrose or isomaltulose and actually manages to get it into its component pieces, then those component pieces, the glucose and the fructose, go through your liver and they end up in your bloodstream, which spikes your insulin, right? And it gives you a sugar rush, essentially. So by putting 2 layers of sugar here that are, it's like time-release sugar is the way to think of it. So corn syrup and sugar are going to give you, bam, they're going to give you a jolt right now, and they're going to taste real good. Isomaltulose is going to give you that jolt 20 minutes from now, something like that. It's kind of an interesting ingredient. I would like to get my hands on it more. It's only been really in use since like the 70s-ish, and even then, most of the time it's been in use in Japan. But it's an interesting kind of ingredient. I'd love to get some in powder form and see what I can do with it. Like pasta. I don't know if it's like pasta. What does isomaltulose taste like? I don't know. I've never tasted it. Couldn't tell you. It probably tastes like this a little bit. Water. No surprise. Pectin. Pectin is just it's fruit starch, essentially. It's a starch. It's a polysaccharide, and it comes from fruit, and it's good at thickening things that are acidic. And this is obviously acidic because the next ingredient is citric acid. This is going to taste quite tangy and fruit-like when you bite into it. Dextrose. Dextrose is just glucose that's in a certain format. Glucose, I think it's glucose, right? It's not sucrose. I think it's glucose. Anyway, dextrose just means that it's right-handed, I think. And that's weird to think that glucose can be right-handed or left-handed, but it can. Sodium citrate. We know this guy. We know that. It's like finding an old friend. Sodium citrate is the thing you put into cheese to make it into American cheese, right? You put it into like scraps of like cheddar or brie or anything like that. Any old cheese that you got works really good on hard cheeses, and it makes them all smooth and homogeneous. That's not what it's doing here, though. Sodium citrate and potassium citrate are basically just salts of citric acid. So that means you have an electrolyte and citric acid. Citric acid isn't going to do you any harm. In fact, they've got plain old citric acid in here. It's gonna change the flavor a little bit. But the most important part about it is that it brings with it the electrolyte. It's salt, basically. So if you are sweating, and this is an energy supplement for people who are working out and sweating a lot, that'll help you replenish some of your electrolytes. Okay there. And then we've got some salt. Again, another electrolyte. Nothing surprising about that. Blue one. There's a lot of blue one in this. That would be the cool blue flavor. Then we got vitamin B3. Natural and artificial flavor. Again, more of the cool blue. Calcium panthenol, whatever that is. Vitamin B5 and vitamin B6. So, overall, I would say this is not that bad of a product. If you are, in fact, running and exercising, not just running, but if you're exercising, if you're lifting, come on, bro, gains. If you're using this protein that we're making today, and you're really sweating a lot, and you need a boost to keep you going, a marathon's a really good point. A marathon would be a great application for this. Then this might not be that bad. The constituent ingredients aren't that scary. As long as you like the flavor of blue number 1. If it was blue number 2, you can get bent. I'm a winner. Alright, we're gonna actually taste this. Ooh, look. It's goopy. It's not hard like I thought it would be. It's like a jelly. Ooh, that'd be the pectin's fault to make it all goopy and jelly. That's fun. Alright, let's eat some blue number 1. I don't want to eat the whole thing, to be honest. I'm probably going to spit it out. It tastes like blue. How do you make something taste like blue? It's kind of good, to be honest. I feel like I'm going to get toothache. Yeah. Anyway, that's in the garbage now. But I have to say, I have to give it a better grade than I gave the last one. I would say, as something that people in like offices or sedentary jobs, you probably don't want to be eating that for lunch or any part of your day. It's not really, I mean, it's candy. If you're going to eat candy, you could eat that instead, and it's really no difference. But there's another good point to be made there, that like if you actually are a marathoner, like, is there better stuff to eat? Don't marathoners eat that goo stuff? Isn't that like a big deal? And there's all kinds of stuff that people have, right? That I wonder if there's something better that's maybe more than just candy. And I'm inexperienced on the subject and couldn't tell you if that's what I would expect. But from my limited knowledge, I think they did their homework and they made a product that makes sense. So I give them a B. I think they get a B. Blue tongue. Oh God. I look like an old man with a blue tongue. Huh. I look like I just had a very intimate night with a alien. M-side TOS for the win. Okay. With a Smurf. There you go. With a Smurf. Thank you, guys. Smurfs across the board. Thank you, guys. Smurfette, though. Did you guys know that Smurfette, there are no female Smurfs? Did you know this? This is true. This is Smurf lore. There are no female Smurfs. Smurfette was an experiment by Gargamel. That's why Smurfette appears to be the only female Smurf. She's not female. Smurfs don't have a gender. How about that? Smurfette, if you guys are attracted, you're all gay now. Enjoy your Smurf gayness. Okay, let's get to work. Okay. Let's see here. What's the next thing to do? Pour some more wine. I know I said I'd only have a glass, but I want more. Alright, so we did the packaged food review. Well, I'm going to try to do those once per episode. I've been buying them. Every time I see something that's like, why does that exist? I buy it. We'll be going over some more of those later on. I hope it was enlightening for you. Did you guys like it? Know you're gay, know you. Well done, Internet. Okay. Actually, I shouldn't have thrown that cookie away. Because the next segment sort of involves it a little bit. Okay. You should describe the flavors more. Okay. Can you send you packages to review? Yeah, I'd be into it. If you guys want to send me like packaged products that are like, why is Who wants this? Then I'm good with it. And I'm looking for specifically for examples of like over-the-top American marketing. This sort of stuff doesn't happen that much overseas. Maybe Japan might have some good stuff, but American marketing really is, make the colors as shiny as possible, make it pop as big as possible, and just get their attention any way you can. It doesn't make a difference if it's any damn good or not. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. And yeah, it does have to be in date. Thank you, Twisted Deeds. I appreciate that. Did you really get paid to shat all over those food? No, they're not. In fact, I'm pretty sure I just destroyed a few marketing opportunities, but that's fine. To be honest, I don't work with companies that I don't appreciate anyway. So it works for me. Okay, so protein bars. I want to show you guys some pictures, and I want you guys to realize the scope of the problem here. Did Blonde Geek come in and subscribe? Yes, she did. Hello. Thank you, Blonde Geek. I got a reminder about it. How about that? Thank you for the 8 months, Blonde Geek. 7 whole minutes ago. Thanks for all the quality content. It's so nice to read. So good. We get this thing at work from Snack Nation. It's supposed to be healthy snacks. I should send you from... Yeah, if you want to send me some things that like are really over the top, I'm into it. So, anyway, I'm going to show you guys some pictures that I took today to show you guys the scale of the problem. That we're about to wade into, and I can't believe I'm doing this, to be honest. It's kind of scary. The marketing is impressive. So I just showed you guys one example of a protein bar. I'm going to show you guys some more. And I think the easy way to do it is down here. This is the shelf at my local store. This is their aisle that has the snack bars. I guess you would call them snack bars. Granola bars, snack bars, meal replacement bars, breakfast bars, cereal bars, bars, bars that come in bags. Bag bars in the supermarket. So there's a good rack. And you think, oh, we're done, right? Oh, that's my hand. I took a picture to show somebody my knife. My brother, actually. He's like, wow, that's a big knife. By the way, thank you again for the knife face hole. We might use that tonight. Anyway. Protein bars, all kinds of bars, right? You would say, that's a lot of protein bars. That's some more protein bars. Surely that's it. Three entire cameras full of this. You must have enough choices. Mm-hmm. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then my hand. 7 pictures full of protein bars. That's a lot. That's wrong way. We don't need to get into that. There's going to be some NSFW pictures in there. I'm just kidding. There's not. Anyway, here we go. I started taking some pictures of the back. Actually, you know what? I don't want to show you all these because a lot of them are not that interesting. They all seem to hover around this same number. It's about 40 grams per bar. And each bar tends to have about 180 calories. That's generally what you're getting into whether it be a protein bar, a granola bar, breakfast, meal replacement. It's all about that. It's about 180 calories is what they shoot for, which to me is like, you're going to have more than one. I mean, it's a snack, I get that, but like, come on. Be hungry before you even eat it all, right? I don't know. Any bar with whiskey is fine. Crazy guy taking picture of aisle 3 again. Yeah, it was fun, actually. I was tempted to live stream it and be all like, hey guys, you guys want to see all these bars they got for sale? You guys would have been like, unfollow! This is not content! Anyway, there are a couple that I want to show you specifically. Let's see, which one was it? Let's see. That one's... Let's see. I don't think that was it. Ah, here's one that was kind of funny to me. Look at this one. Do you guys recognize that guy? He used to be on TV. Robert Irvine's Fit Crunch. Look at this. This is Fit Crunch. Look at this. It's, how many grams is it? 88 grams, which is about double what the other ones are. And it's 380 calories. And look at the amount of like sugar and sodium and stuff in it. What's the sugar on it? Sorry, I can't read it from there. It's got tons of sugar alcohol in it, but that's not the best part. That's not the best part. You ready for the best part? Look at this. God, I gotta zoom this. You can't see it from there. There's one particular ingredient that I happen to see. Let's see, where'd it go? On his ingredient label. Do you guys see it? Maltitol. Do you guys remember maltitol? Maltitol, for those of you who don't remember, is the secret ingredient in sugar-free Haribo gummy bears. I guess maybe you'll be fit after you, like, poop yourself a new human. Like, yeah, it's a laxative. It's not really a laxative. It makes you fart, really, is the big thing. But it sort of also has a laxative effect. I didn't think that they put this in food anymore. They took sugar-free Haribo off the shelves years ago, and I think they reformulated and they brought them back, and they don't have maltitol in them anymore. So you don't have porcelain shattering nights anymore. But my God, I can't believe that was in there. I laughed so hard. Then I started thinking about Robert Irvine. He's like, he probably likes that. I don't know. He's weird. He's sort of a colleague, isn't he? We're sort of in the same line of work. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't go down this road. I laughed. Okay. Anyway, that's one. By the way, that one little thing was not the only birthday cake bar that I found. There was like 5 different brands of birthday cake bars. My God, I can't believe there's a market for this crap. Anyway, there was one that I came across that I liked a lot, actually. Perhaps you guys know of these. You guys have heard of these before. Bubba. Protein farts are death farts. Pressed by Kind. So, on the whole, Kind is a pretty good company. They tend to only put good ingredients inside their food, and it tends to be whole ingredients that have not been processed all that much. I like their attitude. Their products are insanely expensive, in my opinion anyway, but they are good quality. In fact, if you guys want to talk about expensive real quick, I want to show you guys something that legitimately blew my mind. For 5 bars of these Think Thin bars, and look, they're each 60 grams a piece, $10. I'll show it to you again because it's unbelievable. $10, $2 a bar, man, for 60-gram bars. What crap, man? Think Thin and Pour. Okay. Let's see. Was there anything else? Oh, one little random bit here. This is a fun little excursion for me. I want you guys to see this. This is a different product. This is called Power Crunch, I think is what it's called. I should really get these on the screen. Power Crunch. You guys probably haven't heard of them. Anyway, I found out that it's actually produced down here near me. Look at this. Distributed by a Bionutritional Research Group in Irvine. Turns out that address is actually really, really close to a place I used to work. I might have had lunch with the guys making these. I should have asked them all kinds of questions. By the way, there's all kinds of weird stuff in their ingredients. We're not going to talk about that. All right. Anyway, getting back to the Kind bars. Here's the last picture I'm going to show you. Let's do it this way. This is the ingredient label from that Pressed by Kind bar. $2 is what Snickers would cost without USG subsidy? Anyway, check that out. Look at that. You have like Inception fingers on it. I should put my finger down so it looks like it's just there. Anyway, apple, strawberry, cherry, chia seeds. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good ingredient list. And it's not a protein bar. It's a snack bar. But it's just a bunch of fruit and chia seeds. That seems like a pretty good thing. Nice silver tie. It's actually a white tie, but thank you. I appreciate that. That's Albertsons or Bonds for you. It's actually neither of those. Simple and clean ingredients, right? May contain pits. Pod chia indeed. Chia. I actually poured some out. This was our startup picture today. In case you guys have never seen chia seeds, you guys remember chia pets? Same thing. Except the chia pet was actually in focus, unlike mine. So this is chia seed. It's actually a really, really old seed. It's been with us for a long time in South America, and has been a staple part of the Incan diet. I forget which diet it was anyway. It's very popular down in South America and has been. They actually make a drink out of it called chia fresca, which is just like lime and a little bit of sugar, I think, and this chia and a whole bunch of water, and the chia swells up because that's kind of its party trick. It swells up. In fact, it takes about 30 minutes to do it, so we probably won't do it today, but when you get it wet, it's funny, it turns into something that looks like fish eyes. So you get it wet, and it starts to like grow this funny little goopy cocoon of starch. All the starch from the inside starts to leach out, and a lot of this starch is insoluble fiber, which is kind of good news. A really large proportion of chia's starch is insoluble fiber. which means it doesn't count as carbs. This is one of the reasons that chia is touted as like a dieter's food, because you can eat tons of it and it just goes right through you. It also has the effect of thickening your foods, which is pretty rare. When you have a food that can thicken other foods, most of the time you're talking about like gelatin. Well, sometimes gelatin, not very often because it has temperature constraints. But most of the time you're talking about starches. So things like cornstarch, tapioca starch, arrowroot, that kind of stuff. All of those things thicken foods really, really easily. You just dump them in and they make it thicker. Easy. Problem is, those are all carbohydrates, and they're not great if you're trying to lose weight. Lots of calories in those things. They are basically just sugar. So that's why this stuff is so cool. Is that it's insoluble fiber, so it can thicken things, but you don't really gain any weight from it because there's not like calories in it. You don't get calories from it. If you guys want to see actually how far this can be taken, there's a Japanese plant called a konjac, I believe is how it's pronounced. Have you guys heard of this? The konjac. It's a Japanese yam. There's an English name for it, but I can't remember it at this moment. But it's really, really fascinating. It has almost no carbs in it at all, like net carbs. It's all starch, or all insoluble, not all starch, all insoluble fiber. So you can thicken things with it, and it adds no calories. It's actually really amazing. Like 100 grams of the thing has something ridiculous, like 6 calories or something in it. We are melt. Can we get chia Mike's eye heads? That is a good idea. I'm gonna put that on my list. That's a good idea. Can you eat a chia pet? Yeah, and it'd be great for you. Are you kidding me? You mean the slimy yam? Yeah, the slimy yam. No, not cognac, konjac. It's either konjac or cognac. I don't know. It's konjaku is the way you say it in Japanese. It's Konjac, I believe is the way it's pronounced, or the way it's spelled. Wooly, how you doing tonight? Life's good. Konjac. Thank you, Shadow Whisper. I appreciate that. And it is used for noodles. You're right. And good noodles. Anyway. I was halfway thinking that their approach with using this as a binder for their bar is a good idea. However, their bar is not a protein bar, and I think that's what we're going to try to make, is a sweet protein bar. By the way, why are there no savory protein bars? Ow. Would any of you guys eat a savory protein bar? What would be in it? Beef? Would it not just be like... Well, technically, isn't a Slim Jim a savory protein bar? Kind of is. They should market it as health food, man. Beef jerky. Well, beef jerky isn't a bar, though. You have to mold it. Is that the thing that's used in sweet potato noodles? It's not really sweet potatoes. They're yams. They're Japanese yams. Savory protein bar equals a peanut bar. But they usually put, like, sugar and stuff in peanut bars, don't they? I've never had a savory one that's just, like, salty. Have you guys? Rosemary oats. That sounds kind of good. Jerky bar. I kind of want to make a jerky bar, guys. We don't have enough time for it tonight, but I kind of want to make it. Maybe we'll start it tonight, and I'll do it on Monday. That could be good. Shadow Whisper, you just got gifted a sub by our prolific Kilgarin. Kilgarin? Never know how to say your name, dude. Thank you so much for gifting that sub. Anyway, who can guess what this is? Snap into a Slim Jim. By the way, I hate Slim Jims. They're so super gross to me. Parmesan. No, this isn't Parmesan. Come on, think about it. Sugar, maltodextrin. No, none of those things. Rice flour, riced cauliflower. Come on, guys. We gotta do something. Protein powder. Thank you. What kind of protein powder is it? There's basically just 2 things you can pick. Whey flour. I'll take that. It's not maltitol. That'd be bad. Yeah, no, it's whey flour. So this is whey protein isolate. This is the stuff that we were talking about before. You make cheese, or you otherwise treat milk with enzymes, rennet, essentially, that makes it separate into the curds in the whey, and you give the curds to Miss Tuffet, and she goes off on her own. She leaves the whey behind. You take the whey, and you process it a little bit more. You pasteurize it to make sure it's safe. And then you shoot it through a cannon at speed, and when it shoots through the air, the water evaporates pretty darn fast, and it sticks to a drum, and then a scraper comes by and scrapes it off into this. It's probably ground a little bit afterwards, because it usually comes off in flakes, but that's essentially what we're looking at. It's dried milk powder, but only a portion of it. By the way, there's two different types of protein in milk. There's whey and there's casein. Casein is the stuff that ends up in your cheese. The whey, well, for the most part, the whey is the stuff that ends up in the left behinds after the rennet is done. Okay. Do you know the whey? Yeah, I do. This is it. Anyway, let me give you guys some tasting notes. What's it taste like? Tastes like somebody's gym sock. And it sticks to your teeth. Oh, God. Don't do that. Oh, God. It turns into glue when you eat it. Which makes sense because, like, glue is basically just, like, protein. It's literally like eating glue. God, it tastes terrible. Well, we're going to put it in our food. This is going to be our protein source. I'm sure if I put some sugar and stuff into it, we can disguise it, or we'll figure out something to do with it. By the way, I have not actually figured out how to do this yet. We're going to be inventing this as we go along. So I want to ask you guys, what would you guys want in a protein bar? What flavors would you want? I have an entire cabinet that's prepped for speed runs and stuff. We have so many ingredients that we can work with. I figure we can make anything we want. Chat, what do you want? Peach. Peach in a protein bar? Really? Ham gum. Ham gum will get you your protein. Yeah, boy. Bacon. Bacon. Bacon? Bacon. Let me think about bacon. That's interesting. Vanilla. Peanut butter chocolate. Beets. Chocolate ham. Okay. You guys really want ham gum. Spam spread. Pickles. Chicken nuggets. Peanut butter candy corn. Coconut and almond butter. Bacon. Bacon's coming up a lot. Spicy protein bar. Mystery canned flavor. Not even I will do that. Chocolate. So, if you guys haven't how many people in chat like regularly have like convenience bars, like protein bars, breakfast bars, anything like that? Hands up in chat if you regularly have them. And again, no judgment on this. I think they fit into a lifestyle just fine as long as you accommodate for it. So if you do have it, my question is, what flavors do you go for? Are you drawn towards the fruit flavors, or are you drawn towards like peanut butter and chocolate and the heavier stuff? Not regularly. I used to eat Odwalla bars all the time. Actually, I had a special fondness for their raspberry ones. Chocolate chip, peanut butter, chocolate and peanut butter. Okay, so you guys dig the chocolate and the peanut butter. Vanilla almond and cookie dough. Heavy flavors, for sure. Peanut butter 100%. Peanut butter seems to be the winner. It seems to me peanut butter is what you guys like. I thought I had more of this, but I think we can accommodate the peanut butter request. So peanut butter and Uber Carney says peanut butter and bacon. We have to. We have to, right? Peanut butter and bacon? What about, let me throw this idea at you, chat. Peanut butter, bacon, and banana. Elvis bars. Who wants to eat an Elvis bar? Nobody? Just me? Come on, Elvis bars. Do I have banana? I have banana! He wasn't a fat guy. He's just gains. It's just gains. Are you kidding me? We're gonna eat it. We're gonna make an Elvis bar, and it's gonna be so damn healthy and good for you. It's not, but we're gonna adhere to the same rules that the commercial manufacturers do, which is to say none. Okay, peanut butter, bacon, and banana. Let's do this. All right, let's acquire some bacon. Where's my bacon at? I literally did just come up with this on the fly. So my bacon is still frozen, so I gotta defrost it. Oh! Close that. Oh god. Alright, so let's do it's a pound of bacon. Start it up. That's right? Alright, that claims to be in there a while. We were trying to make popped wheat to make breakfast cereal, so we put it in the microwave to try to get it to pop. It didn't pop. It burned. It smells like burnt popcorn. Oh god, it's still bad in there. I tried to clean it. It didn't help. It's stuck forever now. farro. Yeah, it's farro. That's what it was. Burnt wheat seeds. Oh god, that's bad. Anyway, we do have some other prep to do. The banana's a good point. I wonder if how do we approach this? I think the right thing to do is to keep the mixture wet until the end. Cut it into bars because it still should be able to keep its shape. I think even when it's wet, and then apply that to the dehydrator and dehydrate it to get to its final moisture content. I think that's the right thing to do, or even just a low oven will probably work. So let's do this. So we have this stuff, which is going to be our main binder, and like I said, it's good for dieters, so we're going to use it. You can actually buy this stuff pre-ground, but we're just going to throw it in here and grind it up a bit, and drip it, drop it, spill it, literally everywhere. Good job, Melissa. Good job, dude. Well done, sir. This is the most scientific content you could hope for. By the way, while I clean this up, would you guys like to play that game? Time to play that game, kids! Nope, that's the wrong button.
What is it?
It looks just like I left it. That's fantastic. You guys ready for this? You guys watching it? You guys watching it? Woo! By the way, nobody is going to get this. Meat, pomegranate, strawberry. Nope, none of those things. Nobody is going to get this. I guarantee you nobody is going to get this. If somebody in chat figures this out in the next minute, it'll be impressive. Guava, red pepper, drugs. Always with the drugs. Jello, blood orange, chia, ham, jam. Nope, it's none of those things. It's neither ham nor jam. Nor chia. Raspberry, candy wrapper, plastic, fig. Nope, blood orange. I think I saw that. Holy crap. Astoni got it. Holy crap. Astoni. Are you cheating? Are you here? Are you perving on me? How did you know that that was hibiscus? Holy crap, dude. That's hibiscus. That is dried, candied hibiscus. Why did that beep it? Oh, I need to flip it over. Right. That's dried, candied hibiscus. It's this stuff. I had to smash that one up so it's not looking so great. I was gonna guess that? I didn't know that this was a thing. Look at this. Dried, sweetened hibiscus flowers. It's a sweet and tart treat. And you would think, flowers? I've seen flowers. I know what they look like. They're not too weird. But then you open the bag, and you pull this thing out. That's a terrible looking one. Let me get you a good one. We'll get you a good looking one. Look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Look at that. It's literally just a flower that they've sugared up a little bit and put a little bit of acid in, citric acid, and it has this funny little butthole in the bottom. And they're really, really good. I bought this not thinking it would taste very good at all, but it tastes like a cranberry. It tastes almost exactly like a cranberry, but it doesn't have the weird lingering acridness that a cranberry has. I eat these all day. And they're cheap too. These I'm gonna buy these a lot. I'll put these in my oatmeal. Tasty butthole, yes sir. You grow these but never ate one. Well, you have to candy them. They're really good and really like floral and they're great. I can't believe that there's not cranberry juice in those because it tastes so much like a cranberry. All right. I think that's enough time. I put it on defrost, but it decided to do its own thing, I think. Nutrition facts. It's like they're like, I mean, we can look at it, but they're like cranberries. They're really sugary. It's not very impressive. In fact, cranberries are, I almost guarantee that they're better, but I don't have any cranberries to compare with. I guess we can look at it, but I don't want you guys to think that I'm holding back on you. So, serving size is what? 10 pieces, 40 grams, 140. Better than those stupid bars. But, yeah, the sugar's 25 grams. That's a lot. That's a lot for 40 grams total. Anyway, yeah, there you go. Not too bad on the vitamins, actually. They managed to get a few things in there. But still, basically, it's candy. It's dried fruit. Dried fruit kind of works the same as candy. Like a craisin. I have craisins. Don't I? I live in Seattle. We all have the weird stores here with foods. Do you? Weed stores, is that what you mean? Edibles of all varieties. This is the West Coast, man. Literally, it's legal literally everywhere around here. How do I open this bacon? I need a knife. Something sharp. How about a cleaver? No, don't do that yet. Not yet. Actually, we have to chop up a banana. Yep. Perfect for small jobs and large. This will be fun. So let's get a chopping board. Yeah, bananas are thick, man. They're heavy. They're hard to get through a banana. They're well known for their stoic sturdiness. All right. By the way, this is not a particularly sharp knife. It's a cleaver. Cleavers are only honed to about 30%, or 30%, 30 degrees, 25 to 30 degrees, something like that. So, like, if you try to do the paper test on this and cut like a shred off of it, it doesn't work. It's not going to. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be for hacking down through bones. And if you hack down through bones, you can very easily bend a knife that has a very sharp edge on it. How much was the cleaver? I don't know. It was a gift. All right, so let's peel off. Let's see. We only have one banana and like I don't know, like 3 or 4 tablespoons of. This is still frozen. 3 or 4 tablespoons of. All right, I'm gonna run this under water real quick. The bag, not the bacon. Facehole gifted it. That's right, Facehole. This is savory, right? No, it's gonna be savory and sweet. I think we're gonna try to do them both. All right, I'm just gonna put the water right on the bacon because I need to get this going. Ah, that'll work. Are you a dietitian? Nope. I'm merely an idiot on the internet. Don't you wish other people would be so forthcoming with their credentials? Wouldn't it be great if like Alex Jones was like, you know what? I don't have any credentials, but I am an idiot on the internet, and if you want to stick around, then thumbs up. That's great. All right, maybe we'll do three pieces. You look like one. That's funny. I haven't eaten any meat in January. This is horrible for me. I don't know. It's gonna get worse. I don't know how good I'm doing on time, actually. How long have I been live? I don't even know. Wow, I've been on live for almost 2 hours. Not doing good on time, actually. But anyway, so we got 3 pieces of bacon here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this up into lardons, little pieces. And, yeah, we'll keep the hands clean. I have powered through less than a week left. Wow! Alright, here we go. I gotta get you guys in on this. I can't believe I'm using this knife for this. This is not the right knife for this job at all. This is for the lulz, and that's the only reason I'm doing it. Make sure that when you're knifing, you're cutting, you keep your hands well back. Here, let's angle this so you guys can see it better. That way you can't see my face when I howl in pain when I cut a finger off. Actually, it's not that dull. I think I have my existing knives are even more dull than this. You gotta curl your fingers back. You know what? That's not how you're supposed to do this, is it? You're not supposed to cut like a chef's knife. Cut like a Chinese cook. That's how it works, right? You all see them slamming down stuff with the cleaver. I don't know how they get a good cut with that. It never works for me. There Maybe I just need more practice. Anyway, we now have pieces of bacon and a board that I really shouldn't have done that on. This board is really only supposed to be used for vegetables, and I put raw meat on it. Okay. Hit it harder. How dare you cheat on me! All right, let's. Not that effective in going through skin, though, I will say that. When you have to do the delicate stuff. That actually hurt me. There we go. There we go. Sorry, neighbors. There we go. Done. Okay, so only knife you'll ever need. I'm not sure about that. What if you need to like make an apple swan? That happens. Oh, I forgot to finish my chia seeds. Chia seeds. Give me one sec. We're gonna make some chia flour here. That bacon is raw. The banana is sitting on the juices of it. Yeah, not a big deal because we're gonna cook the banana too, I think. Okay, so let's see. I'll move that there. We'll move this there. Hi guys. Okay, so let's cook some bacon first. Where's my pan? Are we really making bacon protein bars? That seems ill-advised even for me. You know what? This is one downside about these induction cooktops. Is that even though they do get hot really fast, boy, you can see my neck beard from that angle. They don't preheat at all, so you can't like turn the heat on and. Well, I guess you can't do that with a regular pan either, or a regular stovetop. Never mind, stupid. Let's throw some bacon in. What? Is uncooked bacon edible? I think it actually is, believe it or not. I think uncooked bacon is okay. I wouldn't be the one to want to do it, but because it's been cured is the thing. I need like a... Yeah, here we go. Heat up already. New segment, what's this? I did the new segment already, actually. It was earlier in the show. It was great. We did packaged food review. I highly recommend you go take a look at it in the VODs later on. Okay. Cooking bacon. This is going to take a bit for this to get cooked down, although we did cut it up into pieces, so it should be faster than usual. That does help. As long as you can get it into an even layer. I need to blitz up the chia, and then figure out what else we're going to put into this. If it's going to be peanut butter, bacon, chia, and banana. There's got to be more. And some of our malt powder, or our whey extract, at the very least. Let's see. There's this. Put it. Oh. Hey, Drew Mind, hello. There we go. All right, I'm gonna mute up for a second because this thing is gonna be really, really loud. Alright, there's that. We now have chia flour. How about that? I want to show you guys what this stuff actually does. You love chia banana PB smoothies. sort of, I guess, what we're going for, right? Check this out, check this out, check this out. Take some of this. Put it right in there. The thing about chia is that it absorbs about 10 times its weight in water. So, we just give that a little mix in some water and let it sit. It takes about 30 minutes for it to happen, but I'm just gonna like let that sit around and we'll see what happens. Okay, back to bacon. You don't eat pork bacon. Are there other kinds? Are you talking about like turkey bacon? Oh, I love bacon. This is helping a lot to get rid of the rest of the smells in here. By the way, the thing that we're doing last in the show, not that I'm trying to like sell you guys on reasons to stick around, but you probably want to stick around. The last thing that I'm doing in the show is called a gyudon bowl. If anybody here has ever been to Yoshinoya, that's what I'm going to be trying to duplicate. And actually, given the time, what are we at? Like 2 hours? I don't need to start it yet. I was going to say start the rice, but we're okay. Yeah, gyudon bowl. You know, sukiyaki, gyudon over the top. Ooh, we're gonna see if we can do like an egg on it. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm mainly doing this because I want to be able to make them myself at home, and I want to see how difficult it is because it doesn't look hard. But I've been wrong about such things before. Is that like sushi don? No, because it's not sushi. It's gyudon is beef. It's a beef bowl. It's so good. How many, hands up in chat, how many of you guys have ever been to Yoshinoya? I wonder how many people even know what it is. But if you've been to Yoshinoya, have you put bicarb soda in your microwave to get rid of the smell? No! Does that work? Do you turn the microwave on to cook it? Maybe. Never had it. I don't leave my house. Nice. Yoshinoya. Yoshinoya, they were a really big deal in the 80s. They're still around. I always see it when I travel down to LA, but never been there. It might only be LA that we have Yoshinoya then. I don't know. Actually, no. I know it's a chain. I just don't know how big it is. Man, you guys who don't live in California, you guys are missing out so much. We have Del Taco, which isn't just California, but it's mostly a California thing. Del Taco. We have In-N-Out, the very high-profile one that everybody knows. And we got I don't know, other stuff, I think. What else do we got? California. Our Carl's Jr. are called Carl's Jr., not Hardee's. Thank you very much. We also have too many liberals. Open a packet of bicarb soda and gets rid of smells. Okay, nice. You have a super high cost of living. It's just to pay for the In-N-Out. In-N-Out's so good. Oh, look at that. Alright, I gotta get something to put this this bacon in because it's nearly done. Let the plate out again. In-N-Out is gross? That's an opinion. Rah, rah, rah. I disagree. Rah, rah, rah. I agree. Rah, rah, rah. Pineapple on pizza. Rah, 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 rah. Hot dogs are sandwiches. Rah, 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 rah. Internet. Type. Angry message. Reddit.com/whogivesacrip. You don't have Wawa. You're right. Wawa is good. I had that when I was in Boston. Wawa's delicious. Alright, here we go. That's it. That is cooked bacon. We have bacon fat left over. It'd be a shame to waste that. I don't have any use for it right now. But I'll go ahead and put it somewhere where it's not going to cause me a problem. Oh, I have a place. We're good. There we go. bacon cooks on its own fat. Yeah, you don't actually have to put any fat into the pan most of the time when you cook bacon. Unless it's really lean bacon and you leave it alone for a while, then it might stick. But otherwise, you just end up with cooked bacon. Look. Focus. Focus, camera. Focus. Open the hanger. Meow. Come on. Come on, camera. Did I break? Oh, no, that's okay. That's all right. Okay. Have you made rice paper bacon? I don't know what that is. You didn't boil the bacon beforehand. It's okay. You don't gotta do it. You do that when you do a lot of bacon. Okay. The pan's hot. I did say we were gonna cook the bananas. I don't think I'm actually going to though. I think it's fine. Okay. Well, the bacon's cooked. I'm not cooking the bread tonight, I just realized. Every show I have like a bread proving or baking or something like that, and I don't have that tonight. It's weird. Okay, I need to chop these bananas up more if we're going to get them into this. I need to do a fine chop. So, even pieces. So beautiful. Perfectly even. And done. Rocket? Rocket? You know what? This thing actually has a point. They actually talk about this on their website, because I did look this thing up. The point is for getting underneath skin, apparently. So beautiful. Banana Wellington, well done. Right, I do need to wash this thing off. It is definitely, by far, my nicest knife.